Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, now for something completely different and terrifying. It's showtime. There we go. That ought to get the adrenaline flowing. Hi, guys. Back in PoE2, I'm now in Act 4. Means I completed Act 3 last night after stream. I have stats. Good evening. Wow. To those of you who've joined me, hi, how you doing? For me to get through the 3 acts with a good build, in other words, following a build guide, was just shy of 18 hours and 11 deaths. Let's see, and now we're off to Ogum Village. So we're getting close to the boss of Act 4, which is also Act 1. It's complicated. Actually, no, it's not. First 3 acts were ready for early access. The next 3 acts are not. So they turn up the difficulty and the hit points and the damages and all that stuff. And run you through the same 3, which I have no problem with. Be able to actually see where I was going. That would have been nice. Whoop. Tusk is dead.
Take you.
The Transcendent Flask. How good is it? It's transcendently good. We got a chest. I'll take the rune and the short. A couple of sockety bits out of that. Worth grabbing. I can kind of feel a sneeze bubbling up through my sinuses. We'll see if it chooses to surface or not. Flaming pig. Yes, I'm serious. It's a flaming pig. By the way, historically, flaming pigs were actually used as a weapon. No, I'm not making that up. They would smear pigs with tar, set them afire on a battlefield in an attempt to scare elephants in the ancient wars, or at least that is said to have been the case. Whether it actually happened or not, hard to say, despite my age. I wasn't actually there. So, streaming pigs, at least theoretically, do have a historical precedent. I gotta say, if I was an elephant, a flaming pig running at me, I can see being disturbed by that. Oh, lovely. We've got mobs with on-death effects. We ARPG players, we love on-death effects. Basically, anytime I say that we ARPG players love something, what I'm actually saying is that we hate it. So when I say we love doubling back, we hate it. When I say we love on-death effects, I mean we hate them. Image! But this build has worked out quite well. And the difference between this and my attempt at something similar is significant. I repeat my opinion that if you're going to play PoE2, unless you're one of those guys who regularly makes their own build, follow the build. I have made my own build. Mostly they've been adaptations. There was one time someone had a glacial hammer build. And it was exploding pigs again. It was no, maybe entrance. It was a one-hand and shield build. I turned it into a two-hander build, and it worked just fine for me. Now, granted, I don't play hardcore, so that wasn't a factor. I felt like it was built for a hardcore player. Oh, it's the pig again. Self-delivering bacon. Crispy and everything. Checkpoint. I believe we have the executioner in the courtyard of death. Chop this guy's head off. You know you wanna. You know you wanna chop his head off. Ooh! That's gotta sting.
Witch.
My would-be executioner.
You cowards! Fight or guillotine! Not. Throat out.
Got him. His friends then. He's gone. His friends now.
And so, who is the true master of death?
Got more friends. Frankly, with most exceptions, with the exceptions of some of the bosses which have different, strange mechanics, that it was pretty representative of how I handle most bosses. I set him on fire. I just throw a whole bunch of raging spirits at him. I launch him up with flammability, and he just dies relatively quickly. All I have to do is run around. I'll let you go. There you are. Later. I'll see you later. Sorry. Latest. Alright, talk to her, but we'll go into the Manor Ramparts first, grab the waypoint, and then back to town. A friend of mine was playing and just got beyond frustrated with it, and I mentioned that my build was working, well for me. And it was a witch build, and I linked it to him. I told him the most important thing was to when you got your first spirit gem was to go out of the recommended gems and get summon raging spirits. And then he hadn't even looked at the other gems because he assumed, as pretty much I had, that the recommended list was going to give you a decent build. That turns out
for what it's
not be
worth,
the case.
it isn't worth much.
Tier 12 gem.
There is only one thing enter the...
Well, yeah, I don't need her telling me to kill the guy in charge. He's a dick. The hooded one, please identify all the things that I am carrying.
Quickly. Thank you.
Let's see, we want to check, because what we're looking for is we're looking for something with at least 3 levels to all minion skills. So anytime I get a scepter or the like, I'm going to give it a look. And let's see, that is minions is a suffix, and this has a suffix, and that has a prefix. No. Okay, those two get unsocketed. Movement speed. Alright, so those all get sold. Let's see, more recovery while on low mana, reduced charges used. Recovery rate, reduced charges used. More recovery if used on low mana. This one I think is slightly better. Yeah, I think that one's slightly better. So we salvage for sockets. The two socketables. We disenchant the yellow. We sell.
I've collected these over time.
All the rest
Another
of the
for my
sellables.
collection. Thank you. Be careful.
And the rest of it goes into the stasherino. I have a lot. Oh, that's a spirit. I have a fair number of spirit gems of level 12, support gems, and a skill gem. The lower level stuff was a little tougher to come by. The higher level stuff seems to be dropping off. Okay, back to the manor. The manor ramparts. Heading towards the manor house itself. A beautiful murder. It's a little dark, but then I am a witch. Those splodies are my splodies, by the way. Go that way. Go this way. We'll go the other way. That would be worth looking at. I would have been interested to know what my build would have looked like, my first witch build, if I'd been aware of the Summon Raging Spirits. I think the build would have been better. Certainly wouldn't have been this good if this was put together by a person who like really knows their shit. I occasionally know my poop, and sometimes my pee-pee, but seldom. Oh, it's a yellow chest. This one will give me riches beyond any reasonable belief. Or 200 gold. 400. Do not stand in the after death puddles of death. On death puddles of death from monsters. That is contraindicated. Another follow-up. I haven't used it. The falling altar in 2 or 3. Yeah. Uncut support gem, level 2. Disappointment. Got a checkpoint. Probably ought to make sure we get our point checked. Makes me think maybe there's supposed to be a boss there at some point in the future. Or maybe they just dropped a checking temptation, so if you get croakificated, you don't have to go too far. Yeah, I've had no deaths since hitting Act 4. And I've played about 3 hours in Act 4 so far. I'm getting close to the end. Relative. Poop on the ground. God, because of the combination platter of the mob's ground effect and my ground effect, half the time I can't see if I'm standing on death effect. Anything please? Thank you.
Death is my power to wield.
That is my power to wield. Whoa! Something almost. Yeah, it was on death effect again. No sooner do I talk about, well, nothing's killed me in 3 hours, and I almost die immediately. As is tradition. You tempt fate. See that red stuff right there is degen. All right. Into the manor we go. There are 2 bosses. There's the big boss at the end, the Act 1/4 boss. And there's also candle wax.
Here I come. Big.
Let me head back to town to empty out the inventory. Hope everyone's Sunday is going reasonably well. Can't ask for too much. Well, I guess certainly you can ask. No, like more.
Go.
That was not impressive. Mana and fire resistance is not an impressive start. Decent life, but not much in the way of energy shield. It had a resist, maybe. Alright, we need to +3 or 4 to minions. That's a prefix, and a suffix. Minions! Can't blame a guy for trying.
Hello.
Should probably can.
Finn makes fun of my collection. I think it's another for my collection. Thank you.
Sell. Disenchant.
Be careful.
Drop off stuff. The swag. As in pirate stuff swag, not swag as in the awful neologism of swag for swagger. Ugh. The Manor. Ogham Manor. Count Janor and Candlemas, the living right. He's made a candle, then fire ought to work on him really, really well. Some of it was direct damage from actual knockup. Whoops!
You can rest when you're dead. Keep digging.
He's even more insane than when we last met.
Which was when he sentenced me to hang. I'm trying not to hold it against him that he sentenced me to die. It's not easy. Candlemas. Chapel of the Fallen, of wax and wick he was cursed. That's our boy.
First ones here.
What a delightfully sacrilegious creature.
Whoop. Like that. I'm going to stand next to the big flaming wax guy. He died, and I leveled.
I simply must
That's a twofer.
have my own one of those someday.
Candlemas Essence. 8% increased maximum life. I'm currently at 1137. 1225. That puts me over 2,500. No, 2,050 combined life and energy shield. We are growing towards that. More life for my minions. Well, that just leaves fighting our way down to Count Janor. And then defeating him. I could definitely see him killing me, the build with, actually functioning build. The problem right now is making sure that I'm not standing in a degen. Because if I'm not paying attention, that's the fastest way to die. A hit or two and a degen field and I'm not paying attention and I'd be dead. And if the degen fields just lasted not quite so long, they wouldn't be quite so bad. Like the things that drop degen fields here, those things last for 8 seconds or something. Not a big one, though. Not a first stairs down. All right. To summon my friends, I need to drop a fire, and all that is right there is degen. I mean, like degenerate gaming, because that's what I do. That's my stock and trade around here is degen gaming. And I'm standing in degen there, way back there. Multiple degen piles. You get the clue. You get my gist. You get what I'm whining about. Robe and see if I can get some decent rolls on it. That's the problem, is there really isn't any crafting in the game. All there is crap shit.
Yes, another one. He's under there.
Hoping to get lucky when you roll items. And you don't get to roll them as often as if you had alteration. It's not a fix for alteration spamming. It's just replacing it with something that's worse. It takes longer, costs more, is more frustrating. But that is one of those things I do not expect to be changed. There are some things I think that will get changed. But a lot of the foundational stuff, I don't think that's getting changed. As much as the players may complain and whine, and I'm one of them, by the way. I'm a complainer and a whiner. What happens when you're old? Like the foundational stuff, fundamentals, I don't think those are going to get changed. To paraphrase what Steel Mage had to say the other night, Flame Dash ain't coming through that door. Oh, stairs down. For instance, I would like the dodge while in combat to be a little faster and a little further. That would help, I think, a lot. Well, you can't have it actually be longer or faster than running, because otherwise people would just dodge all the time, and that's not good gameplay. But while in combat, you could dodge a little bit faster and a little bit further. I think that would ameliorate some of the dislocation we feel from not having movement skills. Degen. Sorry, guys. Thank you. Get him, man. Get him. Legion. Superior, we want that. Improvement orbs.
Yes. More.
Aha.
Don't stop. The beast hungers.
Let us find
Good
out
son.
what we are made of. It is time to fight the Act 4/Act 1 boss. And he's no joke. The first time I met him on my first character, having not seen the fight at all, he killed me twice. The second time, just barely, so that...
This interloper has the power we need. Kill her, and you shall have everything I promised.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself.
Not if I take yours first.
First one's higher. You'll pay with your life. Oriana, open the cage. Release the beast. Give me what you promised.
I think not.
Quick, first bit.
So much more. You're too weak to do the job.
We have to wait
I'll find
for the
someone
dialogue. Not a fan of that.
Goodbye.
Manipulative whore. How dare you abandon me after all I've given you?
And now he's the beast. Well, not the beast. The beast. The big
Freezing
solar savior.
I will take out your heart.
Wow, he never even phased. I mean, he never did his go into ice form, and you get the PoE, and he attacks. There's this open space, and he comes flying through on the brakes as he talks to PoE.
My being.
So, in other words, I don't think he can die a
Used it
whole lot
against me.
faster.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
So yeah, this build is solid.
From the Vastiri?
It is not my build.
Yes.
It's the max roll
Find her. Kill her.
incendiarius
First, please
minion.
stop the madness.
As you wish.
Infernalist, that's it. Fat body!
We must make haste.
How's the Sunday?
Let us return to Clearfell to make
Hope
our
it's kicking ass.
preparations.
Or at least it's being, you know, restful, if that's what you want. So that's Act 4 complete. Dun dun! Act 4, Deathless. Oh yeah, yeah.
You've done well, Strange. The dark good luck. It seems shadowy.
Count, Jane, we can find it. If you find a pint out there, do bring it back.
We must pursue the fledgling beast is leaving.
Identify the items, please, so that I may sell them.
Time is short.
And
Make haste.
such. That is a cell. I want to try my luck with that. Stun threshold. Alright, those are both cell. Those are both deconstruct. Socket bits, and that's a cell or a disenchant.
Yes.
Fire
Please.
cell.
I will treasure it.
Sell those. She'll treasure it. Don't suppose she's got any new thingies in here with plus a bunch to minions. Is she? No. She doesn't.
Goodbye.
And over here, we'll salvage the socket bits. And that is a disenchanty. Yeah.
It is good to see you.
Yeah. I think the ring makes the cut for me. No, we don't want got Artificer Shards, Armor Scraps, and another Tier 12 Uncut Gem. We have no shortage of those. 9 of them now. And we are off. Rather badly off, some would say. Let us follow the beast's trail.
The trail of corruption leads east.
Yeah, I know. Let's go.
What have you learned?
Oh. Yeah, we already...
Move
Okay,
swiftly.
No. There we go.
The Countess has escaped with the beast. Every attempt to control it has ended in cataclysm. You must pursue
think I
her
dated
to
that
the plains of Bastille.
Just kidding.
We should find a Marikath caravan. Only they
So it's a
can
caravan,
lead us
a
through
Marikath
that harsh
caravan.
and
So it's, you might call it the
unforgiving land.
Marikath Express. That's an old guy music reference.
Well, my lady.
This outpost seems... Thank you.
And now we have another blocker boss, which hopefully I am mighty enough to
The weary traveler.
make it through. But it is one of the bosses I hate most. It's got really
So,
dumb
the Marikath.
additional
Strong-minded
things
women
in the
in
way,
plenty.
shall we say.
Time to show
There's
them what
the
I
fighting
can
arena is like this, but if you're anywhere up at the top, there are mobs that are shooting at you. So you really don't have this much space. You've got this much space. You have the boss you're fighting, and occasionally he summons really large waves of additional mobs. And it's a blocker. You need to beat him to move on. You can't... Oh, you can see it. So right here we have this blinking notification about what the quest is. I have the quest here. I don't need the blinking notification. Blinking things or any sort of regular sound or visual at the peripheries of my sight, although the repetitive sound won't be at the peripheries of my sight, it'll be at the peripheries of my ears, drives me crazy. So I always have to click on this. And sadly, then we get to sit and watch the map animation, which is, for inexplicable reasons, very, very slow. Come on, we know you're going to get up. The slow animation on the map is certainly something that they should and should be able to address. That should fall under polish. Required to fix it. Oh, we got it. Oh, thank goodness, 42 gold. I'm rich. As always, you know, I'm a complete and utter geek, and you can tell. I would love to see what their internal metrics are like. How far people are getting in the game. How far the new players who never played PoE, how far they're getting in the game, how far pace they're getting there. All of those kind of, you know, in-game metric things I just find endlessly interesting. That's because I'm a hopeless game wonk. I find those things really, really interesting.
I am the apex.
Occasionally in game development, they'll let you see behind the curtain. For instance, they'll show you, every once in a while, you may get a game that's going to show heat maps of where characters are dying, for example. That kind of stuff I just find utterly fascinating. endlessly. And it gives you a view of the game that may not be consistent with what you feel or what the general consensus is of the player. How big of a game design wonk am I? I have purchased books on game design. Mind you, the only game design I've done is ad hoc board game and RPG for my gaming friends. Just a subject I find interesting. Always have. Not the formal study of game theory, but what you might more informally call. Oh yeah, 52. One level for every week of the year. Yep. Debuff him. Nice big. What has he got? Oh, okay. He's got siphons, mana, and deals lightning damage. Oh, yeah, he's a mana siphoner. Yeah, I've heard about those. Doesn't affect me too much because I mostly can cast. You know, if I need be, I can swig a potion, cast. Swig a potion, cast. That's generally if I popped off a couple of batches of Raging Spirits, then I don't need to do so for quite a bit. I'll keep that. Corpse. 16 gold on that corpse. Hey, that corpse was a cheap SOB. It had nothing on it. That one too. Is this going the right way? Not feeling like it. I mean, I know that they can rotate the maps around and stuff. Okay, maybe. At least no more degen fields on the ground. Alright. I think hyenas. Lots of hyenas and the hyena boss, and then even if we kill him, a whole shitload of his friends come down the hill. Fight them. Not a fan of the mechanic where you defeat the boss, and then a whole bunch of his friends attack after he's dead. Yep, he got me. It's the first death. You see, because you've got so little space to work with him. Basically, you have to stay in here. And if he goes up there, I can't really see what he's doing. So that's my first death in quite a while. Since fighting in the boss you fight before you get to Doriani. Spoiler! The one who's got all the spearmen on either side of her. She killed me 3 times before I got so that was 3 of my 8 deaths. really dislike the setting for this boss, where you've got a tiny little area you can move in. Before he can summon his whole shitload. Oh, here they come. We got him, but now we've got all of the bad guys and all of his pets all at the same time. That was my first death in quite a while. And they're still coming, by the way. Now they're done, I think. I did say it. This is not a boss I particularly like. I don't like bosses where you've got really small spaces that you can actually fight the boss in. I think that's a cheesy mechanic. I need to speak to Zarka. Hi, Zarka.
You defeated the raiders?
Yeah, stop sounding so surprised.
You may
That's
travel.
insulting. Tier 13. First tier 13. The well. That's so much fun to click the well. Now I'm being a sarcastic jerk again. I know it's hard to tell when I'm being a sarcastic jerk and when I'm just being me, because I'm kind of the same.
A
The beast is on the move, I assume.
Identified items.
Time is short. Make haste.
But haste makes waste. So time is short, make waste? Is that what you're saying? I'm confused. Okay, that is 139 life, which turns out to be a lot. My current helmet has 51, but it also has 100 energy shield. This only has 36. This is definitely a keeper. That is a salvage for sockety bits. That is a disenchant. That's a lot of stuff on it. Armor, energy shield, so that's a hybrid. So armor and energy shield, and armor and energy shield. Stun threshold, maximum life. All element, that's a really great shield. Not for this build, but for some build at some point, somewhere in the world. Sell, disenchant, and salvage for sockets. So, socket stuff.
Probably shouldn't do that here.
Young one.
Disenchant. Sell. If you wonder why I'm selling, because the alternative is to disenchant it into transmutation gems. I have plenty of transmutation gems. But the gold, I'm over 100,000, is important if I need to respec, which I probably won't, because I'm following the build guide. But also for buying stuff off the vendors, because that's how I've gotten many of my best items, is by buying them off the vendor. I refer to this as vendor farming. And it's one of the big problems in the game. You're not getting most of your improved items through drops or crafting. You're getting them through buying them from a vendor. And I think that is a terrible design choice. Not to put too fine a point on it, I think it's bad. Because instead of, trying to get lucky with a random drop, instead you're trying to get lucky
Stay inside.
with a random purchase. You've had the opposite experience. You've been getting the drops. That's the way it should work. Absolutely. But for me and a number of other people, I've seen a number of the real big streamers. Basically, every time you level, check the vendors. That's where I got this thing. It had +3 to level of minion skills and one of the allies in your presence skills. The others I rolled on, including the spirit, which was huge. I don't think this. I think this was one I looted. I think this is another one that I bought. Yeah, I think that was the other one. I think those two are the ones. And most of the rest were drops. And then I augmented them with the crafting stuff. So that is another 12. We got our first tier 13. Which I believe we want for Skeletal Cleric. So we currently have 32 spirit. This takes 20. That takes 39, which would be 59. Which means we need 27 more, which means we have to lose one of our skeletal arsonists. We have 59, 39, and 20. 59. Right. Plus and plus. We have 6 spirit left. He will revive skeletal clerics. Skeletal clerics will heal other minions and revive fallen skeletons. And the skeletal mage, storm mage, throws lightning bolts. And that will shock the enemy, so they take more damage. So we need to move that here. Is that not an on-demand thing? I guess it's not an on-demand thing. It's not. I guess they just do it on their own. Okay, that's fine too. So I now have only 4 skeletal arsonists, but I also have a skeletal cleric and a skeletal storm mage. Yay, team. What? Real fast. What supports do they get? Why, that's a good question. Let me find out by going to the build guide that I am slavishly following, because I'm bad at games. Cruel. Let's see. Skeletal Storm Mage. 2 Arsonists. Cut Fire Exposure. Already got that taken care of. Elemental Focus for Raging Spirits. Got that. Immolate and Fire Pen. Yeah, I got that. So then what do we put on our last 2? Little friends. The Storm Mage gets Conduction and Storm Fire. Conduction and Stormfire, I think it was. Conduction and Stormfire. Well, Conduction we can certainly get. They have a 100% chance more to shock, and the other was Stormfire. That is a tier 3 one, so I don't have access to that one. The clerics. Grim Feast. Where are the clerics? Clerics. Clerics, clerics, clerics. Come on, where are they? You said you have to get the clerics. Where are they? I'm not seeing them. Hound. Eventually we get Detonate Dead. Arsonist, Flame Wall, Skeletal Warriors, Skeletal Storm Mage. I am not seeing the cleric anywhere. Well, let us try to click here. That's the problem. Skeletal Clerics. We have Last Gasp. Minions from supported skills die 4 seconds if their life is reduced by 0. Ingenuity. Supported skills have increased cooldown. Increasing the rate at which those cooldowns. Okay, increased cooldown recovery rate. That might be one that would get used. I'm not sure what else would get used for Skeletal Clerics. I'm going to do a quick Google. Give me just a second. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button. PoE2. Skeletal Cleric Support. Gee, Fextra Life. No thank you. Suggested supports. I'm looking for suggested support somewhere, anywhere. Somebody? Somebody? That's support for that. Let's see. Give me just a sec. We'll get back to murdering stuff. No, I'm not seeing it anywhere. All right, well, we'll leave it be for now. We'll put these back away. Back, talk to the Sekima. She's up here.
I am Asala. Remain
Hi,
afraid.
Asala. Consult with Asala about the beast. What do you got about the beast? Yep, the beast, yep. Things are happening, cool.
You have your orders.
Okay, we are right here, right? The Bastiri outskirts, but first the Halani Gates, I think? Yeah. We're at the Halani Gates. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Why have we stopped?
Because there's a big door.
The Halani gates are closed. Fight to the last.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Sorry. Old guy music reference. I can't stop myself. It's the way my brain works. My brain is an association engine. Back up. We need to go to the Maudun Quarry first. Because Dad isn't finished, but Maudun. That's the Bastiri outskirts. Trail of Corruption. There we are. Trail of Corruption. That's what the world is today. Hey, hey. Another old guy music reference. They just keep coming. If you're still there, Weapons Factory, I am curious as to what build you're playing.
Up to no good in the hills of Morden.
Because my experience was limited with the other builds. I've played each of them a little bit. Mercenary up through the Hydra boss in Act 2. Couldn't get past it. It's incredibly frustrating. And me being frustrated. Get the superior modifier. One we're playing Quarterstaff Chrono. Nice. I saw Mathel is playing with the Staff of the Caged God, or Pillar of the Caged God, is playing a Quarterstaff Mercenary. I am glad to see people trying to do stuff that is off spec. I myself am not good enough at the game to make my own build. I'm just not. Much as I would like to be. You're playing one of the elements, I assume? Well, physical. Don't care to look at guides. It takes away your fun. Yeah, I mean, that's just a fun that I'm not capable of actually enjoying. I can mess around with somebody else's build to make something I can have fun with, but I can't really do the creation. I'm not good enough at knowing, for instance, on any given skill exactly which supports would give you me the most bang for my buck. As an example. For me, my enjoyment comes not from the creation, but just the futzing around for me. And so, my expectation is that my build is not going to be very good, therefore I'm going to get frustrated with it. Whoops, that's not good. There's a whole bunch of people running around who don't seem to like me. I just don't think they've gotten to know me. Pretty sure that's... Also nice that the game allows for easy experimentation. It really, I would agree with you if respecking wasn't so brutally punishing. Also, at least for a first-time player, most first-time players anyway, they are going to tend to follow the suggestions. And a lot of times the suggested gems and stuff are not that great, and you'd be better served by going into the other gems, I think, and looking at those, especially if you're a knowledgeable player. This way, I think. We have a checky point. You like all the fire, though? Yeah. Well, yes and no. This build has been very successful for me. My own attempt at a witch was a failure. I'm going to put at least, let's say, 75%, 2/3 to 75% of that failure was because I didn't go looking and realize I could use my first spirit gem on summon raging spirits, which is kind of the default. If you just want to, play a relatively straightforward minion build, SRS is very solid. But the only negative is the way you summon them is with a fire spell, and I'm using Flame Wall with Fortress that makes it circular. Is it can fill up the ground, so it can be hard to see the tells for attacks and ground degen. But the build is entertaining. I've been much happier in general with the game since now that I have a good build. Oh, dead end. Fully broken armor. Eee. First time I've noticed that debuff. Probably been there a bunch and I just didn't notice. Across the bridge then. Over the hills and across the bridge to grandmother's house we go. My skellies know the way. This is a dead end? Maybe not. It's a dead end. But at least it has a chest that will be filled with 37 gold.
Is my power to wield.
Another dead end for the chest. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Are they carrying extra wheels to something for some reason? Because it looks like they're carrying wheels. Bridge. Hopefully not a bridge too far. That is an old guy movie reference. I think there was also a book before it's a Hollywood movie. Oop, more bugs. Bugs, Mr. Rico. Zillions of them. Old guy movie reference. Although, actually, that's an old guy book reference. I don't think that phrase was in the movie. Oh, we got another checkpoint. Remember, we just investigating. Are there any mobs that we know about in here? That's theory. We are down here. We're not seeing any obvious signs of there being a boss or event.
Death is my power to wield.
Death is her power. That is another dead. Dead end? Wow, a double dead end. That's really unnecessary. I will certainly say, despite my issues with the game, graphically it's beautiful. You've done an incredible job. The boss fights are challenging, not as infuriating as I expected. By far, I've done better with them than I expected. And I'll double down on how good
This
the
lot were left
game
down
looks,
here
how
to
good the
die.
bosses look.
Or worse.
All right, we are investigating the Modern Mine. Yeah, so there is no specific additional little boss or event type deal. We just have to get to the end and I think there's a boss fight. That is a dead end. Checkpoint. Seems like an awful early checkpoint. You just hit the wave. Space. Go ahead. That's an old Hexer's road. Dead end. Dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end. All dead ends. We have another checkpoint. The munitions bunker.
Help me! She's insane!
Insane? Perhaps that is true! Boom!
Watch out!
For the king!
Better, better. Thank you.
Quickly!
Live by the flamethrower, die by the flamethrower. That's quite the great hammer.
Winds praise you! 1,000 praises, my friend. Please, take me back.
I will take you back
defector.
to the
I
caravan's
admire
lead
those
cart.
who resist tyrants.
I will grab these with someone. All right, we're back. Honey, I'm home.
Quickly. Move Move swiftly.
Move swiftly or what? Ah.
Careful, story.
Alright, we'll sell. Sell that. Sell that. That's disappointing. Sell. A lot of energy shield. We'll take a stab at that and see if we can get anything out of it. That's a decent amount of energy shield too. Yeah, but we'd have to hit it with a regal. Not liking our odds with a regal. That's a maybe. Those are cells.
I will tell your tale.
Great. She's going to tell my tale. I guess that's good. Not actually sure. Bet she's not crazy. A couple more level 12 gems. Are those salvageable? I thought I tried salvaging those earlier and they were not salvageable. They are not salvageable. That one is. We'll go ahead and salvage that one then. Let's see if we can get lucky. Energy, life and energy shield hybrid. The current helm has 100. It has 50 life and minion skills. I cannot see any reasonable shot of that getting better. How about the 10% quality? That might be better than that. So give that a look. Increased amount recovered. Increased charges gained. Would prefer that the other way around. 492 mana versus 285 mana. That's a lot of mana. We'll go with that for now. Go ahead. See what this one has to offer. Recovery applied instantly. Reduce charges per use. That one arguably better. And that you get 10 uses. In case you're not actually in a position where you can increase the charges gained. I think I'd rather have that one. And now for the biggest fun in the game. Click on the well. It's fun. One of the devs said so. Zarka. Sell that. That away. We need to talk to the defector. Risu?
I know what Jaman Ra intends. He intends. The Halani gates are closed, but there is another way.
And Asala?
The City, let us see.
Use the desert map to
You have
travel
your
to the
orders.
Traitor's Passage. That one? Oh, that's the outskirts. Modon. Trail of Corruption. That one, right? Traitor's Passage. There we go. Are we there yet? Evidently we were there. All right.
Creepers and crawlers in dark space.
Oh yes, lots of spooters in here if memory serves.
I will unmake you!
I will unmake you. Yeah, big spooters. Big awful spooters. Sure as hell, no arachnophobe mode in this game. moving. Keep on summoning the burning skulls. Raging spirits. That is the real key to this build, is the Raging Spirits. Extra. Are you guys still fighting? Oh, more spooters. There seems to be a shortage of spooters. Doesn't matter. MMORPG, RPG, ARPG, they all have spooters. Something hit me pretty solidly there. Was not a oh, we got another big spooter. Are we done with the spiders now? Got a chest and some gold. I see my cleric busily healing everybody. Evidently they all wanted to go spider hunting. Officer's robe is a maybe? Just a maybe. The stairs, if memory serves, this is the correct path.
One day, they'll make a statue like this of me.
Spooter! Spooter alert!
The traitor Balba.
Oh, Bala is who we're heading for next. That's right. And I believe that will give us key to, if we want to run Sanctuary again. No, not Sanctum, not Sanctuary. Sanctuary! Sanctum again. For the next Ascendant. I am not a fan. But then I never really liked Ultimatum either. And here we are. My understanding is the eventual third choice most people think is likely to be, was it Tournament of the Ancients? Trial of the Ancients? Whichever it's called. Tota? If I had to pick my two least favorite leagues in the last very long time, it would be Tota and Sanctum. And I never liked Ultimatum either because the rewards on it were crappy. All these bad corrupted items. So yeah, those are the choices.
These doors to remain shut. I should open them.
I did just open. I could die here too. There are a couple of the mechanics I wasn't clear on. I died the last time in here on her.
Now, Jingdak, I prove myself.
Because I didn't understand the poison floor mechanic.
Hey.
hitting her. Guys, just keep hitting her. Hit her harder. Hit her like there's no tomorrow. Thank you. Good work. My boys.
A spirit in a coin.
They're too good to me. There is the level 52 Ascendancy Trial. Search Trader's Passage. I have to find the way out as well. Right. Guys. Where did everyone go? Why did you all despawn at the same freaking time? All I did was walk through a door.
I will put you down.
You guys done playing with your food? No, evidently they're not done playing with their food yet. That's another level for me. They're chasing their food again. Oh, they dropped something yellow. We came in this way. Where did all these mobs come from? Arcanist Etcher. Improve the quality of the wand, staff, or scepter. That's the first one of those I've seen. Cool. Right. Quality? But that only really matters if you're using it as a DPS wand, right? I think. Another 12% maximum life for my pets. That one's up next. Physical damage reduction and chaos damage reduction for my pets. They will all be happy for this. Oh dear. Apex. You are the walrus, goo goo ka-choo. The guy music reference. He's chaos resistant, but he's not fire resistant. Why is he dying faster? I would like to have asked him why he wasn't dying faster. Then he died. Making a lot of loop-de-loops.
I think not.
Yeah, I figured I was going to be getting back to this. I do so enjoy inventory Tetris. Helani Gates, there we are. That's what we're looking for.
corpses.
About back to what passes for town. In here, we're going to have a couple. We're going to have the forward command tents and then Jamanra, the Risen King. Jamanra's as far as I got on my first witch, who did not have a very good build and had virtually no chance at all of killing him. We'll go to the hooded one. Wink, wink. I know who he actually is.
How can I be of aid?
He identified 10 items. Let us
Hello?
sell. That's a sell. You know, if those numbers were good, that would be different. But those numbers are both very, very bad tiers. Oh, it's a hybrid. So it's tier 1. So if I throw a tier 2, or if I throw another gem on, the best I can hope for is probably a resist. And from there, I'd have to get very, very lucky. So I think we'll just go ahead and sell. Sell. Pardon me, sell. Look at that in a second. I don't think the 57% increased fire damage would affect my minions. I don't think. I often don't think. I think I keep that one. Or some other class later. Movement speed. I can't wear these. 2 decent resists. And no open suffixes. Well, that should give us then the disenchant. Should give us 2? Maybe 1? I guess that 1 or more of those is a hybrid. Maybe armor, maybe increased armor and energy shield and stun threshold? I don't think so. Tier 3? Oh, that will tell me. No, one of the suffixes. No, both of the... No, it is energy... armor and energy shield and stun threshold. Except that.
Do not wander.
Here. That away. That away. Those away. That one we also want to disenchant.
Young man.
Regal Shard. That we want to put away for some future build yet to be determined that might grow up to be awesome. Increased charges gained. I really vastly prefer the other. We have another support gem, another tier 12. We've got lots of tier 12 skill builds. And we're going to see if either of these can turn into anything. Cold resist, fire damage and cold resist. Don't think so. Life regen as a suffix and maximum mana. No, those are both cells.
Young man.
All right, we talked to Shambrin.
I only hope if you are the traitor, I will tell you. No need to rush.
See if they've happen to have anything. Good for sale.
Goodbye.
Zarka, same thing. +1 to all level of all minion skills. 1 is not 3. Zarka, come on. You can do better than that. 1. Seriously. Who's going to settle for 1? Aqua Emerald Ring of Elation. Accuracy. You know, accuracy does nothing. So I'm not interested. Alright, and those are all that. Travel to the Trader's Passage, the Trail of Corruption. Oh yeah, the Trader's Passage is for the next level of Ascension. which indeed is what this would be used for. But that is, I don't know. Number of trials, 2. Yeah, that one is 2 full trials are necessary to get the next ascent. So, travel to the Halani Gates. Is that not where we are? No, guess not. Halani Gates. Trader's Passage. Halani Gates. Why can we not go? That's the Halani Gates. Trader's Passage. That's the Vastiri outskirts. Where are we going? Travel to the Halani Gates, the Trail of Corruption. Oh, duh. Having two different places that you map to or map from is a little bit odd. So, back to the Halani Gates. There we go. Oh, look, everyone's sleeping. It must have been a hell of a party. What do you mean they're not sleeping? Asala?
Hold them back while I open the gate.
I will hold them back when you open the gates.
She made light work of that.
Oh. Behind you too, huh? Cheaters. Whoop! Something hit me hard. That was not fair. I was not expecting to be hit hard by... I would like to complain. Socket giblets on that one. Let's try this way. How about a whole bunch of soldiers? Terracotta, let's call it. Guys, would you like to come out of there? You're going to make me resummon you? You are going to make me resummon you. 2, 1, 0. That is a mechanic that sucks. There was nothing in the way. They just refused to leave the doorway. Alright, they're fighting something over there. Once again, we have to stop for them to play with their food. Have a checkpoint. And, yeah. He... Maybe. We could get lucky. All these impaled corpses, I'm sure they all have really cool stuff on them. That one had 2 sockets. Let's settle for that. We are filling up our inventory with crap, though. I should point that out. Golden chest. 235 gold. Well, I guess technically that's golden, right?
If we can allow the caravan through all 3 gates, my warriors will swarm them under. Onwards! Give these demons no quarter!
I will give them no quarter. Keep healing. Very quickly. Back to caravan. That's Froggy. Froggy is the best portal in the game. I will brook no opposition.
What have you learned?
Hello.
Let's see. Accuracy, +3 to level of melee skills. That seems pretty okay. Physical damage to attacks. Lightning damage to attacks. I don't think that would ever get used. Okay, so we've got 2 things with sockets. So we have to socket to them. Those, that one we want to keep. As again, we're not sure. Might be good enough for some future build. Those 2, nope, just those we want to
Speak up.
disenchant. Or regal shard. All of these we're going to try our luck with. Minions have increased maximum life. That was not bad. Oh, accuracy rating is my bane. It's the bane of my existence. Allies. 30% spirit, but it didn't have minions. Oh, we'll try that just because I like to believe I'm the completest and I'll sell those. None of those was sufficiently awesome for my needs.
Do not wander.
Nope, not that one. Back to Froggy. Froggy, take me back! Best portal, best frog.
She made light work of that.
Boss coming up is the one that my first bridge couldn't get past. Just too small an area. Couldn't get out of the way of all of the various and sundry bad things you see. Which is why one of my fairly constant complaints has been that having complicated, difficult bosses in a very small space.
The final gate is broken! We must continue our advance!
And this is it, I believe. I'm sure all of my friends are with me. Don't have to re-summon them. Nope, nope.
How is this possible?
The Manaketh will fall by my hand! The Manaketh will fall by my hand! You are unworthy!
Unworthy.
I tried to seek peace, and the Sekimas disgraced me!
Is that my problem? I'm not one of the Sekimas.
This time, we choose war!
Receive the death you deserve! And I
We shall finish this! Not today.
make haste! He must not escape!
I think
Jarman
he's
Ra, the
already
Corpse King,
escaped.
is running away. Ha!
Albasala slay the corrupted leader of the Faradun. He ran off, we knew that. Where is... Wrong button. Am I supposed to teleport out? Oh, there is a portal. Didn't see the portal. Stairs.
Quickly! He conjures the very sands against us! This is no natural sandstorm.
Turn to the
We
caravan.
must battle sorcery with sorcery. Let us return to the...
Way ahead of you. Hooded one, would you?
The Countess has... We must reach Deshar as soon as possible.
Yeah. You identified my item. It had one. It has no magic. I will attempt to give it magic. Mana. That's a no.
Jarman Ra can control the sands? There is...
Nice.
We
It
would have...
seems to like that would be handy to have as an ability if you live near the desert.
I will tell your tale.
So we now have two of the keys to the third Trial of Ascendancy. Let's see. Speak to Asala. Tika Asala.
Ah, yes. The hall.
Okay. Trace the legendary Orbala's path to recreate the Horn of the Vastiri. Use the desert map to travel to the Mastodon Badlands. Use the desert map to travel to the Valley of the Titans. Let's go Mastodoning first, where there is a Shrine of Bones. The elephant graveyard, so to speak.
A place of ritual and bone. I should retire here someday.
A spine snatcher. They sound lovely. I'm sure they'd make wonderful pets for for the kids. Get one for the kids' Christmas. Whoa, something hit with a big kaboom right near me.
Take you.
Gold, I'm rich. That has quality. You can deconstruct that for some quality parts. Those parts are parts. I don't know if I feast on your soul. Snack. It's more like a snack. Just boogieing our way at a decent pace. Checkpoint. What is the thing we're looking for here?
Image!
We're looking for a Shrine of Bones somewhere. Somewhere in here is a Shrine of Bones. Bones up here? This looks like it might be a Shrine of Bones. What do you think?
A ritual raised from bone. I like these lost men.
That might have been it. They didn't last very long, that was it. Yeah, that was it. That was it. We're looking for the bone pits. The bone pits. Fancy meeting them here.
Pit
Search the
graves
bone
and
pits
necromancers.
for mastodon
Necromancers.
tusks.
This place just gets better and better.
The witch is a little bit, she's a touch, spine snatchers. Oh, that is...
Right!
Now we have snecks. We had spooters earlier, now we have snecks. With their food again. Come on, boys. I've talked to you about this in the past. Shouldn't play with your face. Ooh. That guy dropped a big rock. Keep that in mind. Unplanned relic. Oh, got another effigy. 38 gold. Well worth it. Find a use for the relic, okay? Something is still attempting to drop rocks on my head. Large rocks.
Splinters of bone!
So, the green smoky fire is not something I can do anything with. Yellow effigy. Guys, everybody with me, please. Thank you. Let's all stick together so we don't get lost. And remember where we parked. I want you all to hold the hand of the person you're next to so that you don't get lost. What happened the last time? Check. This
Oh
Black
my.
Rib Pit.
What a gorgeous ride. I'm ready.
My pets got stuck outside again. That's really getting to be a pain in the ass. Come down. And two.
I suppose I am your better necromancer.
Oh, I think that's pretty obvious. My first divine orb.
A gift from fate.
I'm not going to say no.
These should come in handy.
Find a use for the relic. Right, I think that's 2 relics go together in one of the other thingies. Return to the caravan. Ooh.
Quickly.
Zarka.
These tasks.
Another tier 13 spirit gem, I believe. That will go on to the Merging Spirits. We got another lesser jewelers. Put away the stuff that we can put away. Uncut skill gem, 13. That's, yeah, we had 12 before. These are nice to have a 13. Our first divine, I do believe. Indeed, our first divine. That's quality. That's a sell. That's a cell.
Speak up.
Cell.
Do not wander.
Quality. Recovery rate and chance to gain a charge when you kill an enemy. Useful for this build, maybe. We wanted to see if we could get lucky here. Drum roll, please. I think we're getting a bit low on transmute, so it's probably worth it to start deconstructing some of the blues. 39 to spirit. I like that a lot. Okay. So what else do we need to make this good? Energy shield. Life. Spirit is a prefix, so you can either get energy shield and life, or a whole bunch of energy shields, or life and a little energy shield. Then if we can get a resistance on it while I'm dreaming. Life or energy shield, life or energy shield, life or energy shield. Life regen is the suffix. Oh, I wanted... It's got a lot of spirit. It's worth burning a regal. We got a hybrid energy shield and life. We are low on exalt, so this has to go into the maybe I can make something out of it category. Where did I put those? Those are fine. Yeah, but those are fine. These are things that I would like to be able to make something out of, but I kind of would need more exalts to start burning through them. And I've gotten like one exalt through all of Act 4. Okay, I think I'm going to call it here. This is a good, convenient place. I'll probably keep playing some more later this evening. I've got some stuff I need to do in Guild Wars 2. Pardon the yawn. Just so exhausted. It's so tiring waking up and playing computer games all day. Yeah, I know, I'm a dick. I will be back tomorrow, most likely at the usual time. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Again, I want to thank you guys for hanging out, as always. Genuinely appreciate it. I am back tomorrow. I hope the rest of your Sunday night goes great. And as always, because I like to set an achievable goal for the people who watch my stream, hope your upcoming week doesn't suck. I'm back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.